So let's go to the background. For the first 185 years of this country, roughly, abortion was a state issue. There was nothing in the Constitution and state constitutions, or even in common law, that directly spoke to abortion. The states handled it as they saw fit, and that was the accepted practice. Then we have the landmark case 1973, Roe versus Wade, where the court came and said and gave women the constitutional right to abortion under the given parameters, right? At that point, 30 states prohibited abortion, but after that, obviously, all 50 had to comply. So if you think about that, this is 1973. Think about your parents, think about your grandparents, and their ages, and how they are shaped by this, and how they can think about that, right? And I want you to remember that because this was only 50 years ago. So there are those who are raised to believe that abortion is wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong, and it's not a thing, and those people are still living. And some of those people who are raised that way are decision makers. Then you have the 1992 case that I just talked about, Planned Parenthood of Southeast Pennsylvania versus Casey, and it brought into question the parameters in which abortion could occur. And there was a plurality opinion there, and the court pretty much upheld that the right to have an abortion established by the holding of Roe v. Wade, but it changed the standard in which we analyzed the restrictions of that right, and crafted the undue burden standard as a substitute. Undue burden standard, right? It's important to understand what these are. The undue burden standard is a constitutional test fashioned by the Supreme Court. This test, first developed in the late 19th century, is widely used in American constitutional law. In short, the undue burden standard states that a legislator cannot make a particular law that is too burdensome or restrictive of one's fundamental rights. So essentially, what Planned Parenthood versus Casey did was said, hey, man, it solidified that abortion is a fundamental right and that you cannot place undue burdens on people who want to receive an abortion. This all makes sense, right? Now, stay with me because I know we're doing a lot of background. But the background is important because the background is the information that we need in order to have an educated opinion on what's happening.